Nah, I'm not gonna get canceled because I didn't say nothing wrong. Here goes my thing. If that situation happened in Brazil and I didn't get canceled, that tweet for sure couldn't get me canceled. Do you ever see yourself visiting Ghana again? Absolutely.
Hi guys. So on that rambling rant of live, Austin Holman said that he texted this tweet. The tweet that reads, after looking at some photos of women I have dated in Brazil, about 80% of the women in my recent content are way below my standards. So he said that he texted this tweet, I guess a screenshot of this tweet, to Oshay Duke Jackson.
Now, I'm so glad everybody showed up to listen to me explain the tweet that broke the internet. You know, I sent it to O'Shea and I texted him and I said, "Do you see how many people are pissed off about that tweet I put up?" And he was like, "Whoa, why would you post that? You're gonna get canceled."
And what does Oshay Duke Jackson reply back? He doesn't admonish Austin Holman for tweeting such a disgustingly anti-black women tweet. He doesn't criticize him at all. What he says instead is, "Oh, you are going to get cancelled." That's what he says. And mind you, Oshay Duke Jackson is a man who parades around pretending to be a Pan-Africanist, going around always saying how he's pro-black, how he is pro-black love, how he is for the pro-black family. That Oshay Duke Jackson doesn't tell Austin that tweet is offensive. That tweet is degrading. Why did you post it? Please go ahead and delete it. He doesn't tell him that. Instead, what he tells him is, oh, you're going to get canceled. And when they're talking about cancel, the people they think will cancel, people like Austin are black women. And I'm not making this up because for some reason they blame us black women for how Austin got run out of Brazil, even though the woman who got him in trouble is not a black woman. Even though, I'm not talking about Stephanie, the other woman, the woman he interviewed. She was not a black woman. She was a white woman. Even though she is a white woman, even Stephanie is not really black, right? Not identifiably, unambiguously black, at least. But for some reason, it is us they blame. There is even a tweet that suggested that black women were trying to get Austin killed in Brazil. So when Oshay Duke Jackson says Austin was going to get cancelled, the people that are going to do the canceling, according to this black man, is us black women. So when Oshay Duke Jackson, the man who claims to be pro-black, reads that tweet when Austin texts him the tweet, a screenshot of the tweet, instead of admonishing Austin for tweeting this disgustingly anti-black women tweet, he villainizes us. He makes us the villains. He makes the black women the villains. He blames us. He says that we are going to act violently. We are going to cancel Austin. That was his concern. The thing that came to his mind is not how degrading the tweet was to black women. Instead, the thing that came to his mind is how black women would respond. Would he say that if the tweet was degrading black men? Would he say that, if a black woman had posted a tweet saying that black men were downgrade from white men, Oshay Duke Jackson would not say that, would not be concerned about the reaction that tweet would get from black men. He would instead be condemning the tweet itself. But here, instead of condemning the tweet, instead of admonishing Auston for posting such a disgusting tweet, such a degrading tweet about black women, what Oshay Duke Jackson does is imply that we are going to gang up on Auston Holleman. He makes us the villains, even though we are the victims, even though black women are the victims. And like I said, this Oshay Duke Jackson is the man who's always talking about black love. I mean, when this lady, she's a Ugandan PhD holder, when she said that she supports interracial marriage, interracial dating, my God, the way Oshay Duke Jackson reacted to that.
Right. So let me, before when I do that, let me go back. Shout out to all the happy interracial couples, because I've seen couples who are interracial and they're happily married, and they have 3 kids, 4 kids, and they're happy. They actually like each other.
The group of marrying white people overall, it would need to make sense. What do they get as a whole? You get nothing. What we need to do, I'm adamant, everything got to be with a black mind. We have to, I'm sorry, Doc. We got to get out of the mindset of telling our people, wherever you find love, you find it. It ain't what the Chinese telling the people. That's why Indians run Uganda. What Indian person thinks like you? Family. Where? They run this country, the most of the economy. Will they integrate with you to give that up? What do they tell their folks? You marry your people or you get the out. Isn't that what they said? We don't have no power because of our thinking. And we have a lack of a black mind, which is why we're in the last place. Now,
it was disgusting. He berated her. He went on her for almost 30 minutes. He implied she doesn't love herself. He made it look like she had said that we should make altar for white women, for white people, and worship them. Like the way he was bashing her, the way he was going at her, you would think that she had said, we literally should worship white people. That is how he reacted to a black woman saying that she doesn't have any problem with interracial marriage. She didn't even say she wants to marry interracially. She said she doesn't have problem with interracial marriage. She actually said that the children of interracial couples are usually more pro-black than children of monoracial black couples. That's all she said. But he went at her so much that you would think she had said something offensive, something truly self-hate. And that same Oshay Duke Jackson, who went at that lady for saying that she supports interracial marriage, that same Oshay Duke Jackson, he gets a text from Auston, basically saying that, Auston is basically saying that he's proudly and openly degrading black women. And Oshay Duke Jackson doesn't even do half of what he did to that black lady. He doesn't even, mildly criticize him. All he says is, we black women, we're going to cancel Auston Holleman. Basically, it is obvious that Oshay Duke Jackson also agrees black African women are a downgrade from Brazilian women, because if this tweet was texted to him and he responded was, well, black women were going to cancel Auston, what it tells me is that he agrees with the tweet. What he doesn't agree with is the reaction that black women were going to have. And these are the main, when I say this, I'm talking about men like Oshay Duke Jackson, that are supposed to be pro-black, that are supposed to be pro-black love. How could you be pro-black love, pro-black people, when you believe that black women are a downgrade from non-black women? When you think that a black person, a black man, has to lower his standards to be with a black woman. When I compared the way Oshay Duke Jackson reacted to a black woman saying, you know, she's okay with interracial marriage, to how he reacted to a black man saying that black women were downgrades from non-black women, it tells you the hypocrisy of Oshay Duke Jackson. I mean, Oshay Duke Jackson went on that lady so much that the women almost apologized. She's like, oh no, you're right, we should just be, you know, dating in our own, within our own racial group. That is how much he went on her. And when I compared that to the way he reacted to a black man saying that, you know, dating black women is basically lowering your standard, it's just night and day, right? I mean, and it tells you that these black men who are always telling you how pro-black they are not really pro-black. They are pro-black men. That is what they are. And it's, you know, it's a good thing that, you know, they are, I mean, thanks to social media, because we are seeing their hypocrisy in real time. I mean, with Oshay Duke Jackson, to be honest, I mean, if you watch his show, it is very obvious his hypocrisy is so easy to see. Whatever he would condemn in black women, he would excuse in black men. Like when a black man marries or dates a white woman, he would say, well, it's probably because all the sisters rejected him, so now he has to go to white women. But when a black woman dates a white man or marries a white man, he would be like, oh, this is what self-hate looks like. Or if a black man initiates a divorce with his black wife, he would say, well, he's tired. He probably tried everything he could to save the marriage, but you know he could take he could do so much, so that's why he divorces her. But when a black woman initiates the divorce, he's like, this is what happens with black women. They don't take the marriage seriously. They are not willing to work out differences. Like, so yeah, his hypocrisy has been known to me for a while, but it's still like shocking to see it in such a stark, almost in bright colors, the way we are looking at it now, with how he is, you know, he reacted to Auston Holleman, basically saying, you know, black women are downgrades from non-black women. So it is, yeah, I am actually glad I saw it. So yeah, but like I said, you know, thanks to the social media, we now know that when a lot of black men talk about black love, pro-blackness, they're just talking about black men. Anyways, let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye-bye. You know, let me add this as a postscript. A lot of black men who are older than Auston Holleman, have been saying that a lot of the problem Auston has comes from him not listening to older black men who are older than Auston Holleman. But here is a black man who is older than Auston. basically encouraging Auston degrading black women. I mean, Oshay Duke Jackson is old enough to be Auston's dad. But here he is, instead of giving him wise advice, instead of telling him, what you are doing is not good, don't do this, go ahead and, delete your tweet, it's offensive. Instead of advising him to change his ways, he's actually encouraging him, he's actually cheering him on. So, if people like Oshay Duke Jackson are the kind of older black men that younger black men like Auston Holleman are being taught, are being given advice by, I mean, it is really disappointing.